Hi there, this is John Wilkinson again from History Made Easier. No sooner had I finished recording the presentation dealing with the surprise question for two sources than I realised I really have to do a presentation for one source surprise questions too, because they are a different beast. And so I thought I'd do it a different way, using past questions but also their mark schemes and the examiner's reports that are issued for teachers after each exam season. So this is definitely a presentation that needs you to hit the pause button, and for which I think you'll really need your laptop. I'm going to look at 3 past questions, each focusing on a different topic, and I'll draw out different things for you to think about, though some of the comments I highlight are repeated for all 3 questions. Now, here's the first question I'm using to try and help prepare you for these questions. Something I should say before looking at the mark schemes and post-exam comments is that although there are some critical things common to all, for example, do say whether you are surprised or not, do use the source and contextual knowledge, and so explain your reasoning, different sources do demand a different emphasis. It might be the date or the audience or something else. You need to spot what it is, but it's not going to be hidden away. Look at what the examiner's report says for this first question. Essentially, it's telling you to think about the author of the source, the message, the purpose, and the audience. And it's telling you to use your knowledge and put it in context. And of course, you can see this, if less clearly, in the mark scheme too. The references to cross-referencing, by the way, mean you should either be making use of context or else the source. And note that with this source, the audience, the League of Nations, was particularly important. On to the second question, and I should add here that I am only using extracts from both the mark schemes and the examiner's reports, trying to highlight what you should do and what you shouldn't do. The key pointers are that contextual knowledge should be applied, good analysis too, and good explanations made. And look at the brilliant advice given in the examiner's comments. Why not begin your answer by stating whether you are surprised or not? Then explain why, using the source and or your own contextual knowledge. And if you're in doubt what I mean by contextual knowledge, I mean what you know about the topic. Weak answers, do note, fail to address the question, and that is the issue of surprise. So, the third and last question. Here, I would particularly point out that in this one, the purpose of the source was really important. And note in the examiner's report that weaker answers lost their focus on the question. That the source was inaccurate or wrong or lying does not in itself make it surprising or not. That's why I say use the word, then you won't lose focus. Again, the purpose of the source was particularly important, as is your focus on the question. Are you surprised or not? And just a technical note, references to levels in the mark schemes are for the examiners. They put answers into level bands, and these bands may vary from year to year. I debated about whether to remove them, but I think it helped you. and you can usually see the marks to be allocated in brackets anyway. So, another guide for paper 2 for you. I'm going to say what I say every time. This paper is going to be a real winner for you. It's going to either confirm your grade from paper 1 or else will lift you into a higher grade. Have confidence. So as always, thanks for listening. And don't forget, there are other ways I can help you. My ebooks, revision guides, you can get both on Amazon, my website, History Made Easier, and maybe for you, tutorials. But for now, cheers.